Hola amigos, welcome to Life for Living Well channel. Please subscribe to keep the channel going. You can also check us out by visiting our website on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Sit down and enjoy the helpful topic for this week. Hey, welcome back to Life for Living Well. My name is Richard, and I hope you are well and listen to us again for another opportunity this week. Before I dive in straight to the podcast, like I normally introduce new things that might come into the podcast, we currently review some of the exciting books or including the audio. You might start see them on lifeforlivingwell.com website. If it's something that interested you, that you like to know more about it, you can check it out on our website at www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Before I dive in to the podcast this week, I quickly want to say if you do have a question or query, you can always send your email to info@lifeforlivingwell.com. And if you like to write directly to me, just write to richard@lifeforlivingwell.com. Let's dive in. So the topic I have for this week, I call it 4 Obstacles to Growth. So how should we measure our growth? So this is the question I throw to myself and others that I have the opportunity to have a dialogue with. How long could a car travel from the amount of gasoline it has been filled up with? So it depends on your engine size, you will say so, and it depends on how speed you using that car for. So we all need one way or the other things to measure how growth we are. Parents know how their children have grown over the years. Individuals know how much they have come in the journey of their own life. And what is it that you can use to actually measure our growth? Do you measure your growth based on success you have made in your career, or success you have made in your friendship, or in your home, or in your family? But I wanted to throw totally different gauge into the discourse this week. And I don't want to just take my word or take my own perception of it. I want you to query it, and also want you to bring it to yourself. What is it? How does it relate it to you? But these are the 4 obstacles to grow that we can measure it. So if you want to really grow, only when you're able to rise above these 4 obstacles, you might be able to notice a meaningful change in your own life. So take your time to follow this podcast and try to have open mind about it. It does help if you follow it that way. So there are not many cut out process that we can use to measure things like this. way that can help us to gauge our growth. Unlike a plant, you can see its development and growth. So when you put a seed on the ground, you can with few days you can see something change for what you put on the ground and come up again. And if it's a fruit, it can with years it can start generating or producing eatable fruits. But we're talking about we as a individual, as a human race, that we evolve within, not only from the outside, from within. It's only when people that have the opportunity to share space with us, we bring some kind of energy or kind of virtues onto the table. We ourselves must be willing to want to grow in few areas, like mentally, psychologically, emotionally, and financially, even spiritually. So because whether we like it or not, we are spiritual beings. But if we don't consciously do things to improve this area of our life, we're bound to get stuck, and we're bound to use other things to want to connect to our own spiritual being. Like many people do these days, use alcohol, use sex, use drugs, and at the end they were yearning for something higher than themselves. So without conscious awareness and determination to rise above any obstacles in our path, these 4 milestones will serve as a measure of how far you have come from setbacks and challenges. So by the time I dive into 4 milestones that becoming an obstacle toward our growth, you will begin to see how we can navigate around it and how we can look into where we are right now and where we want to be. And once we get there, we can able to see how this thing currently affecting us or how we outgrow it. Perhaps it should encourage us that we are on the right path and boost our confidence in so many other areas. Let's look at it one by one. The number 1 obstacles to growth is fear of mistake. This fear may be in your head, or even unconscious fear may linger on. It's there, but you are not aware of it. And the only way you overcome this kind of fear is to firstly identify it and bring it to awareness, and then you can confront it. Many people say they want increase in their job, but when they get the opportunity of accountability or more responsibility, they freak out. I've met someone in the past confess that she deliberately sabotaging relationship when it began to get serious because she was so afraid of being abandoned. So she realized that the individual might find something out about her, and when they find out, they're going to leave her anyway. So she do things to sabotage it before they actually leave her. Rather than confronting that fear and work on those things to overcome it, he just using his own attachment to handle it. But we can see the cause and the reason why things may not work, even end up crippling you in a subtle way. So what are area of your life that the fears are being holding you hostage? This is the time that you need to rise above it. This is the time that you need to confront it. And you cannot actually confront it unless you identify it, unless you know what is causing it. some of the things that you are afraid of will probably not happen to you. And that's the funniest thing about it. And fear was inherently, intrinsically built within our deeper physique. But it's not to handicap us. There was a quotation in my kitchen that I love so much that says that don't stop for the storm, but learn to dance in the storm. Not necessarily go into the storm and dance. Is what actually means that don't let your fear holding you back. If you cannot dance, walk. If you cannot walk, create something else that brings positivity into your life, even just being. So fear of mistakes are being one of the major obstacles to growth, because sometimes we have every opportunity each day to grow. Only when you intentionally prioritize growth as your way of life, you will not see it. Every time the challenges come, you see it as a problem. So what is your normal reaction to problem? You withdraw. You become victim about it. You feel sorry for yourself and you isolate yourself more. I remember someone once told me that he was seeing someone, and after 4 dates, the lady called him and said to him that he doesn't see the future together with both of them, that she's really sorry about it. So this individual turned around to the woman and said to her, thank you so much. She was really surprised with his reaction because she was worried how to disclose this news, because it's not always easy to tell somebody that you don't see the relationship with them, especially that if they are a kind, loving person and their heart is attached to the outcome. But the way this individual handled it, it was a spiritual moment for the person that actually called to end it. Because sometimes you have so many areas or so many things in a day. It could be people, it could be things, it could be even a book that will become enlightenment for you. Even listen to this podcast at this moment might touch the things that you are not able to look into before. So fear of mistakes should not be holding you back. It should be opportunity to embrace it and use it for your own growth. So number 2, lack of intention. Without setting clear intentions, it is almost difficult to get anything done. Abraham Lincoln once said that if you give me 6 hours to chop the tree, I will spend 4 hours to sharpen the axe, and I will spend 2 hours to cut the tree down. This is intentional. This is somebody that's strategic, how he's going to confronting the challenges in front of him. It is easy to be impulsively jump to it, and after it getting difficult, give it up. Many people focus on inspiration and passion, which is good if it is there, but in reality, it's not always there. Our people talk about how they are not happy about their job. The question I always ask, what is it difficult to grow to love the job rather than fall in love with the job before you start doing it? In reality, only 2% of people most will do the job that they actually really love, and most of those people, they don't see the reward of their job when they are alive. So think about the artist. Think about the artist and his family that he spent days and months just painting and painting and painting, even making fun of him, and hundreds of years later the same artwork become millions of dollars, millions of pounds. What about you do a job that provides a living for you and your family, and you create a time to follow your own passion that you really love to do, to create the balance for your life? Because for your spiritual side of you to grow, you needed to listen to your heart. So many people focus on inspiration and passion, which is good if it is there. But your intentions with self-discipline does more to get you to the end point and end result of what you want. And that is different between people that achieve their goals and people that they don't. So number 3, limited belief. You make a statement such as, I am not good enough, or I'm too ugly, or I'm stupid. And if you believe in this thing, 99%, that's how you will act at the same way. And some of this limited belief is so intrinsic that sometimes we don't even know it anymore. We just think that that's what we are. The belief that you have about having money, thinking like money is bad or money make people's bad. A statement like this and more will do more damage into your deep physique than you can handle. It could make your goals and intentions difficult to follow. What are your limited beliefs? So these are the questions that you should ask yourself. What area of your life that is being holding back just because of how you believe things should be? Why you believe that? Is it something that you are raised and you never question it? You never ask, is this really relevant to my life now? And all of us have limited beliefs, regardless how you were raised. All of us. The primary carer, the environment you grow up, the kind of education you have, the kind of friend you are, the kind of book you read, the kind of thought and perception you already embed into yourself. So that takes us to the last obstacle for this episode, for this podcast. Lastly, your character. You cannot really change your character, but your character is made up of several elements, such as the gene of your parent, their own parent, the parent of their own parent. So you see how these things so intrigue, unravel with each other. The culture, the habits, and the environment that you spend most of your time and your life. But the moment you are aware of all these things and you begin to do your own healing, which are called self-healing, you not only do it for yourself, you actually do it to other people that connected to you, like your siblings, like the generation before you. And you might be the last generation that will not carry this kind of body pain to the next one. It's a lot of job, but find joy in growth. When people that find joy in growth, they don't longer say it as a job anymore. It becomes a way of life for them. Today, you may not have any influence to change your gene. There's no one simple step or one tablet or machine that can change your gene dramatically for you. But you can work on your habit. And if it has handicapped your progress, you need to work on it in order to set yourself free. So to round it up, managing this obstacle well, you will experience enormous growth in the area of your endeavors. These 4 milestones may serve as a good gauge to measure your growth without toxic comparison with others. And finally, if you really like to work more on growth and you like a personal true story, I suggest to check on Annabelle's book about Root for Growth. And if you want a link for this particular book, you can check it out on our website. If you check one of the blog articles that we posted for this podcast, you can check it on www.lifeforlivingwell.com. It will make it easier for you to just get that link and it take you to the book. It's a really nice book. It creates a lot of very insightful and helpful resources to work on. Charlie is a true story of the person that wrote the book. I hope you have an amazing week this week, and please stay safe until we see you again next week. Hasta luego. Ciao. From everyone here from Life for Living Well, we say hasta luego, amigos. Thank you for your time this week. May your rest of the week be safe and loving. Please subscribe to our channel to keep it going. And you can find more information on our website by visiting www.lifeforlivingwell.com. Goodbye.